lot of new champions that are an option. Now Nemesis, he's played the Cassin before, and actually
wave just in front.
He's getting in there.
Broxah as well.
That's a TP.
There's no flash for Crown Shot. The Arcane Shift has already been used. Death Sentence comes up. Whippo starts to chase forward. He's going to be able to pick up a kill. That's an easy first blood for Reckless. But they get an Ocean Drake at 6.5 minutes.
That is beautiful. Early game times are going to be much slower. Actually, hold that thought, because Brox is in, and that's a bad flash.
It was a bad flash, but here comes Broxah. Dragon Rage kick to the face.
No, actually, Nemesis takes a lot of damage in the mid lane, but now they're going on to Whippo.
That was a stat check. Nemesis is already low. Whippo's going to get channeled down as well. Requiem may just finish off the kill.
Ability in his kit to allow him to do that. Now just 15 seconds remaining before plating falls. Warlib's going to be able to pick up 1 or 2, and Fnatic are going to try to bum rush down this turret with their Reckless.
Yeah, Tower First Blood will be secured, and the bonus gold that comes with it. That goes to
drafts and very different styles with how they want to play this match. Actually, we're going to have to hold that thought, because now Whippo once again has 3 members in the bottom.
Can he survive long enough for the team to arrive? 150 HP. Selfmade picks up the kill. Up top, that will even it out 1-1 very, very shortly. We've just crested 15 minutes. When these two teams met in week 1, SK Gaming
down earlier. Now SK bring multiple members. They can knock down this turret with ease.
Okay, so I feel like
bringing the 4 members into the bottom lane to secure this tower, and now the Dreams is here. Crown Shot's getting a little bit more excited.
Cost of the bottom lane tower and another Ocean Drake. It looks like Selfmade and Dreams are on that one now. So we're getting to 20 minutes on the clock, and this game is still bang on even. Forest is still sitting on mana as SK Gaming continue to siege. They continue to put pressure in the mid lane. That's a stun onto Reckless as well as Hilly. There's no further follow-up. The tower will fall in just a couple more hits. Fnatic are being pushed around the map by SK Gaming.
Oh my word, that was getting exactly what they want. SK, they wanted the Infernal Drake. Fnatic said we're the Baron.
Of course, they're trying to get this teleport out of Nemesis, trying to force his hand.
Oh,
period. And the Death Sentence comes down. Helisanger's blown up. It's a 5v4 and Reckless has been stat checked.
No.
The Requiem begins to channel. Good night, Reckless! Goodbye, Whippo! And SK Gaming have played the objective and the rift perfectly.
They set it up so wonderfully right there, but Broxah is still alive. Fnatic need him to be the hero, but he gets hooked. He's going to get bursted down.
He's going to get bursted down for now. There's no follow-up damage just yet. The Baron is the focus as Dreams has been able to force him out. 1500 HP. Broxah, he's too late to the party, and he's going to get gifting another kill. Playing very well with Baron and Powered Siege. They're pushing bottom. There's an initiation in middle though, but SK have grouped up. All 5 members are nearby. We're both going to need to step through the gates as Hilly. He needs to go. Oh, Broxah is just deleted before he can do anything. Doesn't even get to channel the ultimate. Now Nemesis is waiting in the wings. He's watching the show unfold, and there isn't enough of a front line. Whippo gets caught out by the Death Sentence, goes Golden Fangs to the stopwatch. Here comes Nemesis. Cannot find himself a kill. It's the squishy members he's hunting for, but they've got so many hit points. Reckless and Nemesis need to do something.
If Reckless can defend, he has to start hitting champions. He's been on wave clear duty right now as he sees member after member of his team die in front of him. Now with the teleport coming back in from Warlib, SK might just try to end the game. In a true front-to-back team fight, I don't think they can win at this point in the game. They really do need Nemesis and Broxah to come in on a flank, but that leaves Reckless exposed. Now he can free hit, and it's good for Fnatic.
Okay, Requiem's gonna get a full channel. This should kill Whippo. Not just yet, the shield was enough, but with Warlib diving in, they're going to set up what? Now Nemesis got himself a kill. He's going golden with the hourglass. Reckless is so low, he can't chase, he can't fight, he can't do a thing. Fnatic are wrecked. They've lost 3 members, and their base is being destroyed.
SK looked dominant throughout this game. They kept it close, but both teams seemed to have everything go their way. But it was the crucial moment at the Baron. SK won, and after that, they have not lost a fight. Here goes Broxah.
They have not. Broxah, yes, he's found period, but Reckless can't find the kill. The satchel charge will pop and will not be enough to take down SK's mid laner. Nexus turrets are now the focus. 20 seconds on the death timers. Reckless is doing what he can, but Warlib is so beefy. He's a huge meat shield for SK Gaming. The Nexus turrets are falling, and Fnatic are on the verge of losing their base. Here comes Hilly. The Nexus is being focused out. Reckless jumps in. He finds period. The Nexus is being focused. The game's not over yet. And Fnatic, they've defended it. The minions are in there. We need to see the game.
There's still
Nexus is finally down. And SK Aatrox and a Zac and an Orianna. We used to call this combination the ball delivery system. This is real old school, but it used to be the likes of Shen, for example.
In the past, now bottom lane, Scaren's looking to go in.
Yeah, comes Ursa as well, manages to channel that elastic slingshot. The stun comes down into Kassin, flash forward for the unstable Manta, and a spinning axe, first blood. blood to Kobe and Splice. He's fancying another shot as Jeskla escapes under the tower. And we keep talking about those ultimates. That's one, that's two. Remember that flashless mid laner? Well, that is exactly what XL wanted to do. It was anticipated. And
there soon, but it's just not the correct play. Now Jeskala's actually stuck by himself under turret, but here comes a lantern.
All right, is the lantern going to be enough? Yes, it will. Jeskala escapes.
Oh, no.
Doesn't continue to chase. The whirling death comes out. Jeskala survives for a few seconds. Now the death sentence finds no spirit. The tower and get cold. Jeskala picks up the kill.
That was
fight breaking out in the bottom lane.
Now there's teleport coming in behind.
All right, so Expect is coming down. Now Norskero is able to escape with his life. There's the elastic slingshot. That's not used just yet. Expect gets a cataclysm. That's 1 and 2 already down in favor of XL Esports. They're not done yet. Shockwave, that was an awkward flash shockwave combo.
Special.
Sleepy Trouble Bubble, insta cleanse away. Humanoid escapes with his life. Kadril is looking for a Duskbringer. He's going to use the spell shot. There's not enough. With Humanoid's damage, they get the kill. Cersei escapes with his life. It's a 1 for 3.
And here's Chachi on the side. He's now being zoned, gonna use the dragon to bump him away, but XL are on the hunt. They see Chachi on the wrong side of the map. The question is, how long is it gonna take? Because you have 3 members jumping onto him.
Okay, that's 3 members indeed. Chachi's trying to do what he can in a 1v3. The flag, the drag, not gonna be enough just yet. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble will at least pop the passive. Expect continues to chase, and Chachi escapes. Splice is now brute forced their way onto the first tower of the game. They have vision control around Dragon, so if they want to play for it, they can. But it may be at the cost of mid. It's not done yet. It's going low. 2,000.
Cersei.
Here comes the strike. Jumping in. Smite goes down. Didn't see quite who got it. Stretching strike goes for 1. Cataclysm is dropped down in just a second. Expect. Where is he going to use it? The flag drag dunk. Not done yet. XL are running for their lives, and despite the culling doing what he can. Kasing get Paranoia's on cooldown, and look at the mini-map. Expect and Special are making their way from the mid lane. But the tower has fallen. Cataclysm's up for Expect.
To try and sneak that one away without your opponents realizing.
So we're still very, very close. Game to Splice are now pushing onto this tower. All 3 outer towers secured. And I mentioned that Splice have got some tools to initiate with, Ender, but I mean, so do XL. The thing is, the needlessly large rod for now. Here comes the Paranoia. This is coming on to Human. It's already flashed. Yes, the shockwaves come down. Man, XL have just pulled the trigger, and they have destroyed Splice. That's 1 and 2. Cell Division passive has been popped, but as the Bloblets are combined, XL get the kill to the tower.
It's so huge here that XL get the kill onto Cersei, because Baron is up 20 minutes.
Because if Aatrox jumps into the pit, his passive on that World Ender will help a lot. Now, Norskero, he's stepping forward. They do want the fight. Look at Kadril. He throws out the Duskbringer, the flag, the drag, the knock into the air. Now, Expect goes golden, buys some time. A full channel on the culling does a lot of work, but Jeskala's not done yet. Norskero is outside the pit, and Kobe flashes for his life. All of a sudden, Splice are routed and running. And XL are going to find themselves another kill. Norskero lifted for Humanoid, right? But he's going towards an Hourglass, so he'll have some option to survive.
Yeah, I mean, XL's comp is built purely for diving and killing Kabe, I think. I mean, really just need Kabe to step too far forward, and then they want to collapse, because going on to Cersei isn't going to be the best. They actually chunk him out hugely,
Oh my word, he's taken so much damage. But look at the shockwave. The shockwave catches Expect. Cataclysm is still available. Whirling Death is rattled across the XL members. Kadril is already dead. Expect hasn't found an opportunity to initiate, and that looked so bad to start with. Any amount of time in that Baron pit, they want to take it out. Jeskala is most likely going to get killed here. Very nicely done. They literally just walked into XL.
Because they can jump onto targets so far away with the Zac. Now with 2 Mountain Drakes, Baron is going down at an alarming rate, and Kadril needs to use the ultimate to get in.
Okay, Expect. Will he channel the teleport? He's not started it just yet. Norskero hops over the wall. Kasing gets pulled backwards, but Cersei takes a big chunk of damage. Baron is down to 2,500 as Kasing is killed. Jeskala has just respawned, and Splice secure the Baron. XL just...
That's what this build is for. It is so high DPS as they go for the engage.
Okay, let's take a look at the shockwave. Doesn't even manage to finish the animation. The assassination comes out from Expect as well as Kadril, but at what cost? Splice, so they for the kills.
Yeah, XL though, they're all about the kills. Actually, Kasing way too far forward gets chunked.
He does indeed. A lot of damage going down. Kobe throws out the Whirling Death. It's Vizichachi that picks up a kill. Kadril flashes defensively as the Hourglass is now thrown down in the middle. The stopwatch rather. Kobe escapes for his life. Turns to Expect. Kobe goes low. Kobe's killed. The stacks are gone. But Jeskala is popped in in reply. Special needs to get the Paddle Stars out as Noskaran is killed by Expect. The fight continues as Xerxes punks down on top of Expect. Now Special's running for
Special now. I feel he's seeing it 3-0-3 here on the Zoe, has 3 fully completed items.
Scaling.
Yeah, so in terms of scaling, I think this is actually a really peculiar game because neither AD carry is actually great. Down a ward over the wall, it's going down so fast.
35 seconds
It's too late.
on the Elder Dragon. Elder and Baron is sitting in Splice's back. Here's the brute force. The channel is in. Xerxes threatening it. He doesn't need to pull the trigger because the inhibitor is being focused.
And now without a tower here, Excel can't really do much of anything. Special drops the sleep. You can see Xerxes backing away. Big chunk onto Expect. Mid lane turret is going down. There's no answer. Excel have to fight.
Remember, Expect is not tanky at all. He does not have enough defensive stats. So that is why he gets chucked so low by a single barrel.
And now top lane, Chachi walks all the way up. The wave was pushing. This is absolutely beautifully set up here from Splice. Excel, there is no response. First inhibitor goes down, and now you just swipe it all the way up to mid, all the way up to top, and blow the candle out here for Excel.
Very, very nicely done by Splice. 41 minutes into game, the second inhibitor is going to be falling. The top lane is exposed and the minions are now making their way in. The safe play with 39 seconds of Baron is finish this third inhib, go shop, spend what little money or what max money you have, over 1,000 gold for most players, and then go.
Oh, here we go!
This is the engage from Excel. Is it too late? Touch right now. Kobe escapes with his life. The flash keeps him up. Now Chachi's charging onto Special. Cagel's going to go down shortly. He's running for his life. That's a flash forward from Chachi. Splice have found the fight they needed to shut down Exile, and they will be turning onto the base.
Splice with every inhibitor going down. They withstand the engage there from Excel. It had bit them time and time throughout this game, but now they are unmatched in the base of Excel.
There's nothing that Excel can do, and as Jessler is running for his life, he takes the lantern to safety. The Nexus turret has fallen. Kobe has full HP and a GA. The Nexus is down, and Splice take down Excel.
Steal though, and I'm kind of looking across the board, and I think Kai'Sa ultimate could be pretty good. Tom Kench ultimate doesn't really have a lot of value initially. What do you think?
Well, here's the thing.
Fancies himself an opportunity. Headbutt, pulverize. That's going to knock Attila into the wall temporarily. Stun him up as well. Devour comes down from Jack Troll. And Ignore is going to get blown up. First blood, lick and stick by Jack Troll.
Man, Jack Troll just going right on in there.
Create opportunities, and sometimes they backfire.
Well, talking about eager opportunities, Memento and Mowgli find themselves in the mid lane. That's a very good dash away as Memento's able to escape. The stun comes down. Sanguine Pool will buy some time as Shizuke is getting burnt. Abadage manages to pick up the kill. There's a second one on the cards. Mowgli goes down. Golden Aegis buys a few more seconds. Mowgli tries to back around. That's a double kill secured.
Push going, and Mowgli just immediately paths down here to take the Ocean Drake. Another very early Ocean here, which we said before, there's laners from mid and
Memento's
bottom
level
come
6,
over
quick
early.
shot. I think you're going to want this.
Oh, really? Glacial Prison! That's a big kill onto Jizuke. He's going to escape for his life. Hemoblade will bring some health back, but Abadage secures a 2-1-0. Now Mowgli, he's done it once before. Memento not going to get slammed or dunked just yet because Abadage is the target. He's locked inside the catapult.
Wrong way, buddy!
Power shot is going to help out, and Mowgli gets a reply.
He just loves that.
Another dive coming. Mowgli and Memento. This is the Eminem duo in the mid lane. Glacial Prism will come out. That will get a stun. The bowler's coming out, and Abadage this time round will try to get to the tower as quickly as he can. He finds the tower! Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Troll gets
Here's
the tower. Odo is running for his life. Ignore and Upset are trying to turn this one around as Vitality have got the early advantage. Attili's got 75%.
Don't even try.
There's not enough vision. Go jumps into the pit. I did not expect that. Memento may need to flash out to safety. No.
Calling as well means that it mitigates a lot of the trading power that Silas brings in the 1v1.
Yeah, and you know, I sort of want
Kick off is, look at Jack Troll.
All right, Jack Troll gets caught up, knocked up, put down. Last breath will do a lot of damage. Jack Troll will finally go down. It's Memento that picks up the kill.
Abadage has to sit under the tower, and even then takes a really bad trade, but there they go in.
Whoa, that was such a bold move. Why did Jizuke do that? I don't understand. He just donates a kill to Memento. As the final breath comes out, now Memento will get run down with the help of Attila. He chases him out, but this is at the cost of a tower in the top lane. Cabochon's going to push it down.
Yeah, he's just going to force Odo back, but observers, just before we jump into the replay, if you could slow-mo what Memento does, he actually flashes during the Q to get the instant knock-up to then allow.
Because right there, it's like he goes in with the EQ combo, looks like he's just sort of running it into Memento and Ignar, but then knows that the second he overextends like that, they're going to jump on him. So then he has to...
in their performances. Yesterday losing to SK, and what was rather one-sided. The early game has been great. All of their laners are winning right now, and even in a potentially 2v1, potentially 4v1, Cabo's looking for a kill.
All right, Fear Beyond Death is available. He's going to get himself, what, 9,999 damage to take down Odoamne. Cabo's not done yet. Remember, he's picked himself up a kill. He's brought so much attention to him that Vitality are risking themselves a Baron. Cabo's not done yet. Going to get caught up by the final breath. Takes a lot of damage and finally goes down. It's Upset that gets the kill, that gets the goal, but it's Vitality that get the Baron.
And now Memento trying to come up here. He's way too late.
To G2 Esports for now. Vitality up 7 or 8k. They're not done yet. Mowgli dancing on the edge of safety. This time around, we'll need to use that stopwatch to stay alive. Memento will get dunked down. Killer Instinct used by Attila. He manages to find
my God!
Almost takes out
Look at him go!
Attila does it! Picks up the kill. Now he turns his attention to Ignar, who's forced to flash to safety. The Hemo Blade doesn't get him the kill, but it doesn't matter. Vitality got what they wanted.
It's just 2 members of Schalke left alive. Cabochard is running down Ignar. He's just outside in the mid lane as well. Odoamne being run down by Jizuke this whole time. The rest of Vitality go bot lane. They're trying to get a tower, and Jizuke gets one more to pad his KDA.
We have seen in a while.
This is so Vitality. Ignar using the Hex Flash over the wall. He's actually going to pull off the great escape, but at what cost, you have to ask, because Vitality are still in the bottom lane. They're still pushing, and they get the tower.
At the cost of the game, at the cost of second place, if Vitality close this out.
Set says Attila, he plays without his brain on. And honestly, Attila played without his brain on. Try to push and pull Schalke between these 2 lanes, but Schalke might want to go in.
Well, let's see what they can do. Final breath comes out. Cabochard is running for his life. He's put a lot of time. The Devour will keep him alive, and up Odoamne forced to go golden. Abadage is already dead, and Odo's running for his life. Vitality have got access to the inhibitor. Jackshot goes underneath the Nexus turret, but there was nobody with him. Cataclysm comes down. Flash. Jackshot escapes. He manages to walk out. So does Mowgli with the flag and the drag. Jizuke uses the Sanguine Pool.
Look at Attila.
Attila goes jumping into the back line. He gets Upset. He gets the ace. Vitality are taking down Schalke.
Vitality have everything. There is no one left here for Schalke to defend the base. Attila at the helm. He takes down Schalke. He takes down Upset.
In our match of the day to kick off the second round robin, Vitality make a statement that we are here to fight for second place.
They've gone much more towards the scaling aspect. Ezreal and Court. Ooh, okay. Well,
okay.
They've blown the
Misfits have
scaling.
the early game, and Rogue are like, nah! Pantheon!
I think that it's not the worst thing in the world. I don't think they need to snowball. I think that...
Back here, some ardent shouting on the screen. Maxwell goes in for the flash jump kick, is fighting onto it though. There's the Stan United trying to get Maxwell down before Gorilla can join. They take him out. And Misfits took the initiative, but Rogue take the kill. Here's the unstoppable onslaught. Soaz joining the fight. Senko still has the flash. Soaz.
Where they have to rely on scaling more. Oh, wow, we have another gank at top lane.
The Bakers coming for a party in the top lane. Pull back with the disdain. Soaz underneath the tower, but pulled in with the Fear Beyond Death, and Rogue get another kill. It's Pantheon making
for an objective, and I don't think Rogue will be able to get a tower. So the goal gap will close a little bit. But
you want to have proactive Shen ultimates.
Ooh, this is dangerous.
And Maxwell jumps in. Sanko's coming in from the side as well. Kickers actually has a lot of damage down onto Maxwell. You can see the Stan United comes in. Gorilla flashes over with the taunt. Didn't actually connect onto Kickers. Kickers running away, but the chase will come in, and Forbidden secures the kill. Those objectives in the next 10, 15 minutes or so. It gives you so much of a bonus in terms of damage. And they will secure it. First Dragon of the game for them. Go pretty much even between the 2 teams now.
Targets when you're playing that champion.
Finn flashed away towards this bottom side. Maxwell still just getting the damage in. Forbidden's on his way as well. It looks like Rogue being caught out in the side lane once again. Finn trying to do what he can, but Forbidden gets the kill. Grand Skyfall comes in the top lane. His kick is on the chase. Jumps forward. Flash W. Hunsama flashes away. Teleport comes in from Soaz.
For Misfits to find. Then Rogue tried to make a cross-map play towards the top side of the map. You know, hey, if you're going to get a kill, then we're going to try and trade it for a tower.
This first completed item. I think we've seen that. You know, they picked up a couple of kills. They're being a little bit more proactive on the map. Vander jumps in the mid lane. Maxwell here with a flank. Kicks him back. He goes straight into the team. Flashes away, but can't get away from Bivin, who has got all 3 kills for Misfits this game. Kikis jumps in, catches Gorilla. Finn with the fear beyond death will pull back to Shen, and it's a 1-for-1 trade in the mid lane.
Really good kick from Max. Really good vision set around the bot side of the map right now. Misfits going to make a cross-map play towards the top.
Yeah, Valkyrie from Senko's been immediately just locked up underneath the tower, giving across to Forbidden once again.
He's been involved in every single one of those kills, so while he has had a couple of misplays, while Rogue has been able to counter-gank some of the things you see right now, Featherman pushing in top, all of the control wards are towards the top side of the map, and this will allow him to secure another tower.
Today, TP used by Finn, trying to catch out for Bivin. There's the blast gun as well, but he'll use it to get to safety. Vanderpool's the Fisher. He just jumps across the wall as well. Hans Sama comes in from the side with the culling, just trying to dissuade Rogue from going for the engage, but they get onto Gorilla. Dodges away. Shenton across the wall. Kick is looking for the chase. Pulled back all the way into the meat grinder as Finn gets the kill, and now the Baron on the cards for Rogue if they want it. Instead, looks like they're going to try and get mid-pro it.
Now Rogue were aiming to kill Feather, then get that shut down, put Rise behind. Now they're looking for another fight in mid.
Or out so as he's forced to flash away. Lots of damage going on to Kikis as well, but Hiku doing a lot of heads-up play from Kikis just to make sure that they can pull Gorilla back. Here's the ultimate going in behind the tower, forcing away Hans Sama. Finn on the chase there. The Valkyrie comes out as well. The package locks up Hans Sama, and Rogue dive between the towers to get the kill.
That's one thing we haven't talked about, but has to be respected with Pantheon. When you're setting up around a tower, you just ulti behind it, and it immediately forces the opposition to back, because they don't want to take that damage. It scales really well with AD, and then the follow-up from both the Urgot and the Braum is really solid, and now they have their eyes set on Maxwell. The Baron is alive, and he's not going to get away.
Yeah, Maxwell has to try and dodge away from Vander, but Vander gets the final punch on the front line for Bivin standing on a wall. Baron down to 8,000 HP. Rogue so close, you feel, to a victory in this game. If they can take down this Baron, they're going to get it. Misfits give it up. Rogue still have quite a way to go, but they are looking very, very strong.
From Rogue, he's really, really strong, like the Righteous Story. You talked about it as well. The Panther Ultimate, here it is again.
Gets in behind the tower, and once again, it's Hans Sama who's isolated. Rogue pushing in with the Baron buff, already a 2,000 gold advantage taken off it, and Misfits have to find a way to react. They have to stop Rogue, because otherwise their inhibitor is just going to fall.
I think it's just going to fall, Medic. They tried to split push with Featherman, but right now Rogue is too strong. The Misfits can't split up the map. They have to group, and Rogue want that position. Senkuk's level 16, they found another pick.
Soaz caught out, locked up with the concussive blows, he's dead! And now it's a 5v3! Rogue looking for the win. It will be their first win of the LEC, and what a team to take it against as well. They're onto the Nexus towers.
This is huge for Rogue. They're onto it, Medic. This could be it.
First Nexus tower down. Maxwell backups trying to defend. And Sama up in 3 seconds as well, but already Rogue have locked out Gorilla. Bivin just can't do anything, and Rogue come a knocking with the Pantheon pick. Rogue take their first win of the LEC.
Damage.
You got there.
I was just a little too late. I was like,
what an exciting draft this is as well. That you got the Z.
I talked about how far he should have pressure. Ooh, hang on, we have the flash in.
Caps doesn't have the 6. So much damage. Caps is dead. Look at the moves. Look at the plays.
How to punish their opponents, and right now they sit with the goal lead. Now Jankos looking for a play up top.
No flash on Alpha. Kickback. There's a slicing mountain as well. Jankos taking over the tower. Counter slicing mountain from Wonder just steals the ultimate away from under him.
Loop-de-doop.
He loop-de-doops all his way around onto Cold. Doesn't have the kick, but will follow it up with the Sonic Wave. Cold flashes away underneath the tower. Jankos still on the chase here. Wonder's going to push in the wave, and Jankos just needs to hit a Q. Hits it. There's the connection. Jankos under the tower though. He's done. A 1-for-1 trade under the top lane tower.
Jankos fine with it.
Hasn't stolen away the ultimate.
Jankos also has flash though.
Here goes Jankos. Looking for the flash kick. Gets it straight away. Alfari trying to get away, but he can't escape from Wonder and Jankos. No need to burn the flash. Jankos gets his 3rd kill of the game.
Any of the kills though, it is Jankos securing them, but you know, after the performance of Jankos recently, I think it's been very solid. Now we see the bot lane.
Mickey gets the hook off, but there's the quickness. So much damage coming out from Patrick already. Mickey dead. And Perks just couldn't do anything.
Those plates as well, and Nukeduck has found Jankos. No flash, remember.
There's the Requiem as well. No life for Jankos. He felt the opportune moment here before those turret placings fall off, so you get the extra gold. They get the first tower in the top lane as well. Only just, but I think a lot of people would have expected by this point in the game G2 to kind of be snowballing away from Origin. And contesting it too heavily, but with a mountain in their back pocket as well, that's just a little bit of a bonus. So you can kind of define a Karthus game by how many kills you get off the first few Requiems. You need to get that extra damage coming out. Deathmark! Perk's going to survive. Mickey.
Requiem.
Oh, Requiem! Is there a spell shield? There's not! Press R, says Cold, gets the kill, and just as we were talking about it, Origin are able to capitalize. They get the mid lane tower here as well. Origin pull the trigger.
That was
pop
so
the
good. Karthus and Ezreal also moving down. 1v2 here for Nukeduck.
Edge of Night. Nuke dodges away. Great stuff from him. There's the teleport as well, though. G2 maybe looking for the fight as Wonder comes in, steals away the Death Mark, but Wonder now caught off. Death Mark's onto Nuke. Patrick here for the chase. The miasma comes down. Nuke pulled back. Somehow survives for a very long time, but eventually goes down to Wonder. That's a shutdown. Patrick gets a counter kill, though. Tower goes down in the top lane as Jankos keeps pushing in.
So there's a lot of HP from that tier 2 in the top lane, and that means that Jankos wasn't in a position to help collapse down towards the now completed for Caps. Spell shield onto Perks, but they're looking for Caps once again.
Quickness straight on towards Wonder. He pops the slicing maelstrom. There's the Zonyas as well, but the Igniter's ticking away, and Patrick will not quite hit the Mystic Shot, but eventually gets the auto attack in. And there's another kill for the AD carry on the side of Origin. Nuke jumping in onto Jankos. Deathmark to follow him across the wall. There's the Requiem as well. 2 quick kills for Origin. They turn their eyes straight towards the Baron.
Yep, they have 5 members alive.
Still up for Alfari. Has got the flash as well. He's in this flank position. You can see him just down towards the bottom of your screen as Cap steps forward, looking to see perhaps if they can steal away the Nash. And Mickey going in as well. He almost gets it with the ultimate, but can't quite. Smack comes out. Tower goes down in the mid lane, and Origin will settle. Isn't going to go for the fight, but Mithy now not in the best of positions. On the hunt was popped by Perks. Mithy caught out. Goes golden, but there's no real way for him to go. Caught up with the Phantom Undertow, and Caps will get the kill.
Yeah, misplay there from Mithy. He didn't back with the rest.
Been even, but coming up to the 25-minute mark and have a team ahead against G2 seems very surprising.
Yeah, to be a little unreliable, but Origin has been the team that's steadily been improving week on week, and now they're actually challenging the first place team. They have the Baron buff, they're sieging onto the mid-tier 2. They now lead with 4.
You can see G2 trying to set up down towards this red side jungle, but Nuke is here. Infernal Drake goes over to Origin. Second of the game for them, a 17% AD and AP. Only going to buff up Nuke as he looks forward for Wonder. Alfari has the flank position here, going over the slice of master straight away. There's the quickness as well. Already the burst 1. The Requiem comes out, forces Jankos away, and Wonder's going to shortly follow. Great stuff from Origin as they collapse under the tower.
No hesitation, Origin just group up. They see 3 members bot, immediately punish another tower.
Takes a lot of damage from Patrick, once again clearing out the way, but the mid priority now in favor of G2. Perks, you're all by yourself, you don't have flash. Perks, what are you doing, man? Just caught out. Origin just collapsed. But Jankos stepping into the bush. There's the Deathmark trying to take out the jungle. Jankos only level 15. Nuke takes a lot of damage, jumps back, jumps forth. Jankos ignite ticking, but the safeguard will keep him alive. The Baron goes down, Cole gets it, and now Nuke running way up towards the top side. Caps jumped in, he's down, and Wonder has to escape the Requiem, calling down the prayers of God onto the face of Jankos, and finally the G2 mid as well. Perks back up to try and defend. Wonder has the flank position here, steals away the slicing maelstrom. Maybe this is the chance, because those ricochets are going to do a lot of damage from Perks. Here we go, the on the hunt. You can see Wonder just stunned up by out.
And Nuke, he is on the hunt. He's found Perks.
Perks found once again. No flash on the AD carry. Perks is down. Nuke doesn't even have to pop the ultimate. And now Mickey steps forward, but the ultimate dodges away from it. The death mark. Nuke dodging around. Back. He's out of there. He's gone. Out on G2's hopes of winning this game. Code goes unstoppable. And you can see Patrick pushing in the mid lane, looking for the inhibitor. G2 very much on the ropes.
Perks and Wonder are unavailable to interfere with OGs. They push into the base. That is the first inhibitor down. Origin looking to take down the undefeated G2 Esports.
Here they go, the Nexus turret's their target, the first team in the LEC to take G2 all the way. Caps solo, Patrick pops the ultimate, but Caps has to dodge away from it. The Nexus towers are down. Origin on the cusp of history as they take down the undefeated. Origin will defeat G2.
Happy faces across the board as Origin do what no one in the LEC has been able to do so far. They stop the 18-0.
What's the secret to yelling? Do you only yell negative stuff, or do you sometimes try and get some hype?
He can't give you this. You don't have to answer this. Don't give him his secret strats.
As a former broadcaster, I'm allowed to ask this question.
You are not under any pressure to answer that question.
I know, don't worry. But I can answer a little bit. I think it depends on what people you deal with. Like in the manager role, in the coaching role, we deal with people, and people are unique in their own sense, and you have to choose how you yell, very tactfully.
You like to one guy in some way, change it for another guy. Yeah.
You get the screaming. You get the soft voice.
It's called the stick and the carrot. Some players need the carrot.
Ooh, get the stick as well. And of course, one thing that's important to note that hasn't necessarily been as crucial in the past, or let's say is more crucial than ever, is securing a top 2 spot. Right? In the past, it was the bye in the semifinals. Now it's basically you can lose a best of 5 in playoffs and still be in and still be contending for the top. You guys are both now, Origin, maybe not earlier today, but after beating G2, definitely in the discussion for top 2. Vitality have been there. How important do you feel like that top 2 spot is right now?
Oof, super important. I think the fact that you get a break matters a lot. You get to see everyone play, but then the negative side is that maybe playing a lot of best of 5s is healthy in Spring Split, because playing those best of fives with the new roster is also fantastic, so it's hard to judge. But I think getting that information is really crucial.
Yeah, I think, I mean, you obviously at least guaranteed 2 BO5s, because if you do lose the winners or the 1-2 game, you obviously have to play whoever's the winner of the quarterfinal bracket. So you technically do now get actually more BO5s guaranteed compared to before. If you just lost in a semi, you had that kind of meaningless spring third place game that's now gone. So I think this is a really good thing. Obviously, also if you do get top 2, I guess facing the other top team initially could be really helpful as well, because you do get to play BO5, and if you do lose it, there's a lot of games you can go in and watch and figure out what do we need to change for next time. As long as the team doesn't actually, take a bit of a dip after losing that potential BO5, then going into obviously the next game. But I like the format quite a lot. It just sucks you only have 1 day to prep for the final.
Yeah.
If you do take the loser side.
That's a rough one.
That is it's gonna be a long night in a hotel somewhere trying to figure out what to do within like 24 hours.
Frosker, how are you feeling about the playoffs right now? I know it's still pretty early. We still have a few more weeks to go, but we do have a top 6 here. Do you think these are the teams that are going to be locked in?
We're not supposed to use that dirty word, playoff word, like week 5. I mean, I still have faith that Misfits will get it together. The only question for me right now is, like, to what extent do SK and Fnatic continue to climb? I actually feel that Splyce has stalled out. I've given them a couple of games on the tape, and I'm just not liking what I'm seeing. It kind of feels like they're a bit lost, and they just don't have what it takes. I think they'll definitely make it into playoffs, but I don't think they're going to have a very far drive. So the question marks for me are Misfits, SK, and Fnatic.
Well, a lot of the reasons that you have maybe some question marks around Misfits are their game today, where Rogue secured their first win against Misfits Gaming. Now, we all got to witness it happen. Panel of guests.
I didn't see it. What happened?
Kickers played Pantheon jungle.
Pantheon, man. He got the
Pantheon
first
got
blood.
some work done. I would say in that game, Hikyu outclassed Hansama, which is not something that I thought I would say, but was the better AD carry in the end. There was a roll. I'm going to be honest. I still don't believe it. And it happened. And I want to give praise to Rogue. Rogue looked good in the game. Definitely were the better team on the day. But Frosker and Yamato didn't get to watch it happen. I know you did. We were talking about it together. So run me through it. Like, what actually happened here? How did this happen?
I mean, I think the main takeaway is that when we make a substitution, or when Rogue make a substitution like what did and Prophet, immediately alarm bells start sounding. You're like, those are not the problem players on this roster right now. Prophet was probably one of your best performing players. But Vander has made a significant difference. And, we're not listening to the comms. We can't really tell what's happening here. But you can see Vander in every single play, constantly first on the rotation, constantly leading the charge. And I think that's your primary takeaway, that Vander was the right choice. I'm not sure about Fen on the Urgot. I think Urgot can really band-aid a lot of top laners, like can boost them up, make them look godly. So I need more tape of Fen. But so far, I'm all aboard the Vander Rogue hype train. I think that was the right move.
I think ignoring names who join the team, sometimes when you're in a rough spot, it can be a bad week, it can be a bad, split. You just need a change somewhere that hopefully just kind of removes some negative thoughts, brings in a few hopeful ones. You're like, okay, now some things are feeling a little bit better. And then you go into play, and then, you just hope that at least one of the games are successful. And then it feels like the change was the reason, even if you're not necessarily a stronger team on paper, just player for player. And it doesn't have to be roster changes. It can be a lot of different things. In our case, after week 3, I believe it was, of week 2 when we went 0-2. We made a few changes to our schedule, and the players kind of got motivated because we made a change, and then it started kind of a positive snowball that seemed to then kind of continue. And for Rogue, I mean, hearing Kikis in his interview, he didn't say, "Oh, we just got way better players now. Prophet sucks. Finn is so good." He was more like, "This change, we just needed something." And you know what? This version of this team, it felt nice or something. And then, now we won a game. So now these guys are for sure going to be like, "Hey, it's awesome. The change was really great. Let's keep going."
Yeah. I would like to add, I think, to your point, is making one small change could be the difference of showcasing all the things you're good at. Sometimes it's like if you're cooking, missing salt or herbs or spices might make everything taste bad. Yesterday, we had one missing element that I'm not going to mention, but we had one missing element that made the difference. It was salt, yeah. It was the difference between our performance today and also yesterday. And it's all about finding that right thing and making everyone believe in the idea of that change making wonders. So I think that's what happened for Rogue.
I mean, good to see the progress for them. And for Misfits, I think it puts them in a really tough position, falling from grace very, very quickly.
I just don't understand them. Like, whenever you watch them play, it's just very uncoordinated. And it feels like if they don't get a couple of early kills, just sometimes a little bit lucky, other times like a 2v2 outplay or something, you're just kind of sitting there waiting for a play to happen, and the enemy team is always doing it first. So it's really strange. Because when you look at the names, and I'm not talking about skill, I'm more talking about experience and kind of roles they've had on teams in the past. Gorilla has always been a massive shot caller, a very vocal player, you know, back in the LCK. Maxlaw is famous for his early game shot calling and dictating the pace of what's happening on his teams. Soas, of course, a lot of the same with shot calling experience, or at least communication used to be top tier. Coordination, or at least comms, should be the least of their problems. Yet, to me, that actually feels right now like the biggest problem.
For me, it feels like it's a bad read on priority and draft as well. There's some wonky drafts, and Misfits have had really unique drafts. I feel like they had like 3 weeks where they had like super creative drafts, and it felt really good. And now it just seems very disjointed and very scattered in what they're trying to grab, what their priorities are, and then how to execute on the win conditions once they have their compositions assembled.
I think when it comes to Misfits as well is I think Soas can play every champion very well, but I think what they're lacking is post early game, unless they can dive people and just run them over. I think they are struggling on the side of making decisive moves. And I think if the meta was different, where Soas was playing Sion and Ornn every game, then I think Misfits would be a great team at this point. But right now, I think Misfits is showing the same characteristics